and also a blue. So absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful time to upgrade your laptop, and it's a really nice, sweet size in that 14-inch. HP, #1 brand here at HSN, and they make most incredible laptops, and printers, right? But they've taken their printer technology and put it into a micro cut shredder. And when I say printer technology, what I mean is you don't single-handedly feed your paper into your printer, right? With HP, you get a whole feeder. You get that same auto feed. You can auto feed. If you've got to shred 100 sheets of paper, you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna stack up in your office, right? It's gonna stack up for that time that you want to, that you can take the time to shred it, or maybe you just won't shred it at all. This way, it will shred it on its own. 100-sheet auto feeder. We've never offered this price before. It's $115.99. Everybody needs a shredder. Do you know who said that? The government basically said that, right? They said in order to prevent identity fraud, identity theft, you have to shred your tax documents. You have to shred any kind of health information that you have. This is my friend, Erin. And Erin Berger, I've never been able to offer this before. We have beautiful colors. It's pretty, right? So, I mean, it's something that's important. It's one of those things that, like, this is an office necessity. It's a home necessity, but you might as well make it beautiful as well, right? This beautiful blue. This one is called eucalyptus, I think, this really pretty green. And then we have it in this pretty blue that's called surf blue. These are our final quantities. So I know that this has been really popular, but you're hand feeding it, but you could also auto feed it if you wanted to.
That's one of the best things about it. First of all, it's good to see you.
Good
I haven't seen you for ages. Haven't seen you. Hi. Careful there. We're going to use that to demonstrate. Just like, hi, sweetheart. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Have actually been off for like 10 days. I haven't been here forever. So see if I can get my TV legs again here. I sell a lot of HP, as you know, and we sold a lot of computers and a lot of printers together. Have we ever done an HP shred? Have you never? You've never done
I didn't even realize that they make them. They sell so fast online.
That's it. So that what Shannon is saying is exactly right, is that we almost never have them. We very rarely have the #1 computer manufacturer in America, the #1 printer manufacturer in America. They are the office company that everyone loves for their home office is HP because it's such high quality. What I love about this shredder specifically, a couple of things I'm showing you right now, is this auto document feeder. So when you're shredding your tax documents after 7 years, when you're shredding your junk mail, when you're shredding all those things that have been lying around your house forever, your personal information, when you're shredding your medical records, as we think about tax time and the tax time blues coming up, credit card statements and offers. Oh, if you want to shred something individually while you're using the auto shred, that's all fine. But the auto document feeder is really what changes things. It's a 100-page auto document feeder. When we started this, the first airing I did on this printer, I think I've only done one other in the past 6 months or so. I think we had 6 colors, and now we're down to our 3 most popular colors. With the 100-page auto doc feeder, it means you don't have to go through one thing at a time, you know, and make a half-a-day project shredding. What's so nice is if you need to sort of individually consider things as you go along, go, oh yeah, I want to shred that too. Things can go in really simply. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to wonder. These are credit cards, staples, all of it. And look at this is the shred that we're talking about. This is that fully shredded micro cut shred. And we'll talk about sort of advances in shredder technology in a few minutes, but in a nutshell, what this means is you don't have to worry, is someone going to put your information back together, or you know, sort of not shredding it enough, as it were. This pulverizes it, and then whether you want to dispose of it, and there's a cool little trick I'll show you in a minute to dispose of it, or whether you want to use this as packing material, or I made the mistake, you know, I said this out loud the other day. I said, oh, or for the kids' playroom, and then I thought, I would never use this in my kids' playroom. What am I talking about? I didn't mean that. It just seemed like a good idea for one second.
Fun, right? Exactly.
But I think packing material is more reasonable.
A little confetti or something, and you don't ever have to worry about somebody piecing those things together. This is your last chance to be able to get it. I think we started it out with over 800. We've got, I was just getting an update. Oh, there you go. 800 have been spoken for. We've got fewer than 400 left.
Goodness.
And at these will all sell out probably in this airing. That's how quickly they go. If you like that eucalyptus, which is just really pretty. Have you ever heard of a pretty shredder? Know, right? It really is. It's beautiful. We've got, we're limited in that. We've got 65. That's it. So those will sell out quickly. You should scan that QR code real quickly and easily on your screen. If you don't know how to do that, just pull your phone or tablet out, put it in camera mode, and then just hold it up to the screen. And you'll be one of the, 60 people who can get the eucalyptus. Really pretty in that sky blue, surf blue. blue, and then the navy, whichever color you get home. It's so easy to use. We're shipping it right to you for free. Here's the thing, if you've got something that's good for you and it's hard to use, you're not gonna use it. You can have it, but you're not gonna use it. If you don't use it, it's not gonna protect your identity. But because you can literally take anything, you would take your junk mail, you can take your pharmacy receipts, right? You can take your old driver's license, old credit cards, anything. You can just pop them in there and it will shred it for you. That's like, honestly, giving something to your assistant and saying, hey, here's a stack of stuff to shred. Do that while I'm, I don't know, watching my new TV.
Right, even as you get, or watching The Great Race, which I didn't know about either. I'm looking at you calling out Natalie Wood and Tony Curtis, kind of going to our parents' age a little bit there. I was listening, I watch your shows. Another nice thing is this front, the manual slot, you can put up to 10 pages at a time in there. So you don't have to go one page, one page, one page. So here, I'll just kind of give you a quick, and this is actually on pretty thick paper. I've got a couple of pages here. I'm just gonna pop them in to kind of give you an example of that. I wanna go through, before these are all gone, I wanna go through just a couple of my favorite features on it. You saw me using one, or sort of showing you one just a second ago. This is on casters. It only weighs 20 pounds, so it's not heavy to pick up and carry around, but it's nice. Maybe you don't want to have your shredder in the middle of your office all the time. I get it, but when you're using it, you want to roll it out front under your desk or whatever. Having it on casters is really nice. Weighs less than 20 pounds, has about a 4.5 gallon bin. I really like, I think this is so cool. Do you guys see this clear, of course you see it because you're watching, but you see this sort of clear bin here? So you can actually see things as they go through and as they're shredded. It's that, what is that called? What is that neuro response to like watching repetitive? You guys, what is it called? They're like on YouTube, they play those videos. Somebody's gonna tell me in a minute.
Someone's gonna tell you.
Anyway, that's kind of what it reminds me. It's just peaceful, isn't it? To watch things kind of go through there and kind of fall like snow.
You know what, too? It's about the size of a trash can. So as you were saying, you can roll it underneath a desk, but if you're somebody who hates emptying your trash can, if you have to empty your office trash can, even on a daily basis, you're almost never gonna have to empty it, right? Like it turns big stacks of paper that you would crumple up and put in here and then have to empty out and then landfill, right?
Yeah.
What do you have to, I mean, you could fill this with thousands of sheets of paper probably before you ever have to empty it.
And when you do have to empty it, it's really easy. May I have your assistance in front of the table for a moment, please? Okay. For our next demonstration, Shannon's going to be kind enough to hold that for me. Here we go. This is neat. Thank you. You've been practicing. Since the last time we did this. We've never done it before. We said that at the beginning. So I'm emptying this. Instead of having to kind of dump it out and try not to make a mess, it has this really easy to use. Look at that. Kind of like a trap door. Kind of like a trick door right there at the bottom. So that's how easy it is. Like your fancy vacuum cleaners have. You've seen that, right? Some of the really nice vacuum cleaners. Only the best for HP. I mean, they really are kind of the best when it comes to, thank you for helping, by the way.
You know, it's cool, because I wouldn't even thought of that. If you said, how can we innovate a better shredder for you? Like, I never would have even thought of, like, if it could empty out the bottom, that would be, but they did it, and it does make it better.
And I'll tell you the other way they've innovated is you don't have to oil or you don't have to maintain the blades in any way.
So no maintenance on this.
There's no maintenance on it. And I'll show you one other really cool thing.
So
Let me just
115 is, that's it. That's your price. You've got a shredder, and you don't have to, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, it's another really nice innovation. I've seen other shredders where they're like, and then you put the oil sheets through all you don't have to do that. Let me show you another really cool innovation. It's just a nice safety feature. So again, you can put up to 100 pages in the, I'm gonna pull it for a minute.
Autofeeder is like the HP printers that are so nice.
It's so quick. It is. On the HP printers, they're called ADFs, auto document feeders. This is basically like an auto document feeder, except it's the opposite of creation. It's destruction. So there it goes. Now this is really cool. While you're destructing, check it out. If you pull this out, it stops automatically. It's just a really nice safety feature. You can't pull out the bin and still have the shredding blades running. That wouldn't be a good idea. So it's kind of like a magnetic connection. And so when it goes back, boom, it will start shredding for you again. I also want to show you, I told you don't have to worry about things being too thick in that you can take your mail, your credit card offers, all those kind of things and go straight into the manual feeder. I put paper, not paper clips, staples into that just to show you guys. It goes right through staples, goes right through big stacks of paper.
So you don't have to take the time, you're not picking out staples.
It's so easy.
Yeah, it really is. And that means that you will use this to protect your identity, to keep your information safe. Information is currency now. And they can use is information that you wouldn't even think would be important to them, that just your name and address, right? On anything, junk mail, credit card applications, anything that you use. Anytime you pick up a prescription and you get that form that comes with it, you gotta really shred it. It's so important, but this makes it easy to do. Now with everybody who's on the phone, I think we're probably gonna be sold out of this eucalyptus color. We've got about 3 dozen remaining in the eucalyptus. This, I was calling it navy, is indigo. We've got fewer than 100 in the indigo. And then also, I think right around 100 of, this is called the surf blue. This is such an important item for so many of you, and HP on this big of a sale is really a steal. It's like everything, there's nothing else that you could want. It's the top of the line when it comes to microcut shredding.
That's right.
Nobody can piece these together. It couldn't be easier. You don't have to, if you've got a shredder and you've got stuff stacked on top of it because you're like,
I gotta do that
one day,
sometime.
that someday.
On my list. Yep.
Yeah, or you think, ugh, look, you know what? I'm just gonna rip my information off of this and I'm gonna crumple it up and put it in the trash. That's what those
exactly
thieves look for, right?
Exactly what they want.
You know, when you're showing this, and I know we've got some great features to talk about, and these are probably gonna sell out. Oh, 289 left. I have a friend who threw away her old driver's license.
Oh, interesting.
And somebody called her and said, hey, I have your old driver's license. Can I meet you someplace? I was so creeped out. I was so creeped out that somebody had her photo, her address, and you can use a driver's license for anything, right? Like that's your ID. You can do anything.
Right.
So it just like a credit card, this will shred that information.
So I'm gonna just, here's a credit card. I'll take a couple of credit cards here. I've got 3 left. We're gonna shred them all.
That's a really powerful motor right there.
It's a really powerful motor. It's what you expect from HP. And you know, we're gonna talk about an HP computer here in a few minutes. They just build the finest home office and commercial office, you know, accessories. It's not just what Shannon and I think, it's what the federal government says. And we actually have a full page still that we're gonna show you guys. The FTC has some recommendations for sort of ways to keep your identity safe. This is one of the most important things that we do, and they recommend that you shred your W-2s. They recommend that you shred your personal information. They recommend that you shred your credit card statements, all those kind of things. If we have the still, we'll pop it up for you guys. If we don't have it, we'll take a look for it. But it's just important to note. It's one of the ways the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, recommends protecting yourself, protecting your identity, protecting your financial life. Here it is. We'll read it to you right now. There are many steps consumers can take to minimize their risk of being an identity theft victim. Again, this from the Federal Trade Commission. For example, consumers should closely guard their social security numbers and, here's ding, 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 shred charge receipts, shred copies of credit applications and other sensitive documents. If it's something you're not doing because it's not convenient, HP really makes it so simple to do.
Honestly, it's easier than throwing something away.
It's so easy.
You're not even gonna have to empty that trash very frequently. You can put up to 100 sheets of paper, envelopes, anything right in here.
Mail.
And it will just feed it itself. You can put up to 10 at a time in the front.
That's right.
Credit cards, old driver's licenses, anything, library cards. I mean, honestly, any card that you have contains information that you may not even be able to see on the card. It contains information in those chips. You want to completely destroy them. I want to let you know, I think eucalyptus is just about sold out. I think we're going to call that sold out. Maybe if you scan the QR code real quickly and easily at the bottom, you might be able to be one of the 8 people who can get the eucalyptus. About 80 remaining in the indigo. Those are going very quickly as well. And then just around 100 in that really pretty surf blue. These will all sell out. We don't have to put HP shredders on sale. I think it was just kind of like, okay, let's get rid of the final remaining few that we have at $115.99. You cannot get this quality of a microcut shredder any place. It's specifically not with HP and that incredible name brand for $115.99 and only $38 and change on any credit card. Now, if you want to get an extra month to pay this off interest-free, you can get an HSN card. Maybe you want to save $10 on this, which would make that, wow, $105. That's incredible. Already so great. You can apply for that HSN card. When you use it, we will give you $10 off on your very first purchase. So, and if you were eyeing that today's special TV that we have, you're going to want to use that same HSN card to get VIP financing on a